Hello everybody, welcome to
Ping.
Pong
Philosophy
with
France.
Franz Berto is professor of Logic and Metaphysics at the University of St. Andrews. You can learn more about his work and profile in the link in the description.
Thank you for being here, Franz.
Thanks to you for inviting me.
All right, so let's start with the questions, if that's all right with you. So, Franz, what is a philosophical position or idea that you wish it was true, but in your opinion, in your view, it is not?
Okay, what I wish was true is David Lewis's modal realism. So the claim that possible worlds are real stuff out there, disconnected space-time. Because if it was true, lots of cool things would be true. Okay, you could have, if David Lewis was right, which some people say he wasn't, you could have a reductive analysis of modal notions and lots of cool things, especially in metaphysics. That's why I called it a philosopher's paradise. Okay, and I think that's why he's the philosopher's love. Okay, but most of us wish that it was true, but we just can't believe in this plurality of disconnected space-time. So universes with flying pigs and talking donkeys. So I wish it was true, but I cannot make myself believe it.
Oh, that's good, I guess. But now I want to ask you, so we have talked about this, what you don't agree, but what have you agreed for a long time in philosophy?
What I have thought for a long time that it's true, yeah, I think it's kind of connected to that. I have always been a natural-born Platonist. So I have this kind of entrenched belief that there's a realm of abstract forms out there that you can somehow, when things go well, grasp a little bit, look at them with the mind's eye. Okay? And that's kind of like fate. So there have been arguments for Platonism for thousands of years, but yeah, I'd like it to be true, and in this case, I do believe it. Okay? Although I have nothing new to say to the millennial debate.
So you don't have this on print?
No, I don't have this on print. It's just the way it guides your philosophical thought in general.
All right, Franz, let's talk about recent philosophical developments.
Yeah.
What have you changed your mind recently?
Good. There's one thing on which I changed my mind twice. So I believed it, then I didn't believe it anymore, and now I believe it again. So I'm a non-classical logician. And for a while, my favorite non-classical logic has been relevant logic, which is a special kind of non-classical logic. But for a long time, there have been struggles with coming up with an interpretation of the semantics of that logic. And at some point, I had kind of lost faith. And I kind of lost interest in that kind of classical logic. So I changed my mind once. But recently, I changed my mind again. And now I like relevant logic again. And so that's because we came up recently with a little paper. We means me and a colleague and friend of mine who has also been a PhD of mine. His name is Levin Hornischer. So he did, by the way, the Master of Logic here at the ILLC. And then he also did the PhD here.
Levin is a great guy.
Supervised by Michael van Lambachen and by me. And Levin had this great idea that you can interpret the semantics of relevant logic using dynamical systems. So we got this little paper that's coming out soon. And now I'm a believer again, because I think that's the way to crack the right interpretation of the semantics for logic. So that's why I changed my mind recently.
Well, good that you have such a good PhD students and collaborators.
I'm lucky.
That help you change your mind. All right, friends. Let's talk about you as an educator in philosophy. So what text do you think all philosophy students should read?
Everyone should read Wittgenstein's Tractatus.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Not because it's right or wrong or whatever, because it's aesthetically one of the most pleasant experiences you can have. Once
you can have a nice afternoon with the Tractatus.
Many afternoons.
All right, thank you. Who's your favorite living philosopher?
Okay. Let's say I will not include people who are good friends, because I may be biased because they are good friends. Otherwise,
and also good philosophers.
Good philosopher. People I think are great philosophers, But when they're also good friends, I could easily say, I don't know, Greg Priest, but he's also a good friend, so maybe I'm biased.
Greg Russell said
good friend, I'm biased. But I will say Steve Diablo, because I know him, but we're not good friends in the same way. I don't know him very well. But I admire his work a lot. Has inspired my work for a while. And I also like the way he does things, because he's at the same time original, cool, deep, and lighthearted in many, many ways. So I like his approach.
Thank you so much for that. Such a complete and thoughtful answer to this question. We're going to move to what area of philosophy do you think philosophers should engage with more? Yeah.
Oh, maths. Philosophers should do more maths. It would help them to grasp, understand, visualize, manipulate, and apply all of those cool abstract structures that you look at when you do a lot of maths, especially like algebra, order theory, group theory, that kind of stuff.
So for the continental philosophers watching, get real with the maths right now.
Oh, and the analytic ones as well.
Yeah.
Everybody should do more of that.
All right.
There's the maybe I've heard of the GRE, which is a kind of test that measures cognitive skills. Which
it's American.
It's American, right? Yeah. In the US, where if you want to enter a graduate program, do a PhD, you have to do that test very often in lots of places. So that gives a good statistical base. And in that test, the philosophers, intended major, they are the best. And there are 3 scales there, like verbal reasoning, analytical thinking, and kind of quantitative mathematical. They win easily on 2 scales and 3 of everybody else. And in the 3rd scale, they do fine. Of course, they're the best in the humanities. They're like tied with like the people who do chemistry or biology. So, but they could do better there. So do more maths.
Do more maths. Okay. Franz, you've been writing for a long time in Italian and in English. But what is the first text that you included in a course you taught?
Easy. It's a text in Italian. It's a textbook of logic that I wrote in Italian, and which I used when I taught basic logic in Italy. It's a textbook, so it's just an intro to basic logic. I could have called it Intro to Logic, and nobody would have cared, but I called it Logic from Zero to Gödel, and then it sold a lot just because of the title. And yeah, that one is the first one written by me that I had the students.
And you have another book on Gödel, right?
Yeah, but I don't like that one very much.
Okay.
That's not a good book.
All right. So, again, you've been between Italy, the Netherlands, and now the UK. Which do you think has the best academic calendar?
Oh, where I am now, among all I worked in more places, because I worked in Notre Dame in the US, various places in Italy. I've been in Paris, France. And I often work in Switzerland as well. The coolest calendar is the one we have in St. Andrews, because it's only 11 weeks, and that leaves you during the whole semester. So the teaching semester is a sub-semester of the real semester. That means you have enough time free from teaching to do research, attend seminars, and so on. Also inside the semester.
And also be a great editor for the philosophical quarter.
Yeah, that takes a lot of time. But yeah.
All right. So you've traveled all around the world. Is there anywhere, philosophically speaking, do you have a preferred place to go when they invite you to events? You're like, oh great, I like those places, to go to those events. We've received great feedback on the Aristotelian Society. I don't know if you can...
Oh, that's true. So the Aristotelian Society is really cool. I went there once, when they invited me once. It's really nice. It's very nicely organized. The people who take care of things there are really cool. And they have a podcast, which is very nice, or they used to. The website is very nice. They have a nice format for the talk. Yeah, they are cool. I also like, so if you're a logician, another event that I like very much and that lots of logicians like is the Logica conference, which is in Prague. That's very cozy because they take you to a castle in the middle of the Czech mountains. You stay there in the castle with all the other logicians for 5 days. It's very cozy. They have a nice party in the middle of it. So lots of logicians like that one a lot.
Oh, great. Now it's time to follow up. So I have two more questions for you. So, where was the first time you realized that Lewis was a great philosopher, but he was deeply, deeply mistaken? Was it a first thing? Or?
No, not very early. I did a lot of metaphysics as a PhD postdoc, but without stumbling into Lewis. I stumbled into Lewis seriously, reading him systematically, when I was doing my second postdoc, which was in Paris at the Ecole Normale. Because my boss there, whose name is Friederike Moltmann, she's a great linguist and philosopher, and she did a lot of ontology, often inspired natural language-based ontology. And for some reason that got me into reading Lewis's major work. So I read Counterfactuals, I read On the Priority of Worlds, and that's where I really fell in love.
All right. And lastly, so we know that logic takes us from A to B, but imagination can take us anywhere. What is so great about imagination as a philosophical topic?
Oh yeah, well, it's supremely important for philosophers, because philosophers engage in counterfactual thought all the time. What if blah blah blah? What would have been the case, and so on. We are the people who explore alternative possible worlds, including remote, weird, crazy possible worlds, where we investigate strange metaphysical ideas, okay? And we explore them sitting in the chair and using our thought, and part of that is imaginative thought. So that's one way in which imagination is very important for philosophers.
Well, Franz, thank you so much for being with us. We wish you the best.
Thanks a lot for inviting me.
We hope to see you in the next time.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
All right, bye-bye. Thank you for watching.
Hello there, I'm Pablo. I'm the host of Ping Pong Philosophy. Thank you for watching or listening until the end. I really hope you enjoyed the episode. Remember that you can like and subscribe to keep updated with everything we do here. Well, until next time.